Hello there. If this is a recommended video, please stick around. I promise you it'll be worth your time. Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Today we are previewing the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. So make sure you watch up till the end. We got the big top 5 reveal. You won't want to miss it. Also, new viewers, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you're clicking that like button so you don't miss out any content, setting the notification bells. Also secures you of that as well. And if you do so, you're a new viewer and you subscribe to the channel, pat yourself on the back because you've done me a great service today and you've done a good deed. So let's get started. Well, it's only fair to begin with Rooster Cogburn. I always think of that when I see Cogburn and the way he runs. He is like the Duke. He's like the king of all the fastest horses riding down in the West or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, I digress. 3 for 3 this year, over $1.7 million in earnings, and hitting the ground running. He won the Churchill Downs Turf Sprint on Derby Day, and then followed that up with Grade 1 Japer, and then at Saratoga. Then actually he got his revenge for a second place finish in 2024, or for a second place finish 2024 this year, the Kentucky Downs, winning that particular race for the robust amount of $1.1 million. So, getting in on that Kentucky Downs meet last month was where the money was at, definitely. So Cogburn is going to be obviously everybody's number one with a bullet. Kind of hard to dispute that. But the rest of them we can put in our own orders. The next one up, and these are, I don't put them in order till the end. So just FYI on that. Big Evs making his final start for Michael Appleby on race out. Short but successful finish. Career. So looking to go this one may come in Breeders' Cup record. I would say broke through as a 2-year-old, winning the juvenile might shy away a little bit at the window, and the 3-year-old competitor speed. Some might shy away. There was the last race out was an 8th place finish, so this one may come in. I wouldn't say overlooked, but might shy away a little bit at the window. Lots of good competitors here, including one in Motorious, trained by Philip D'Amato. D'Amato is one of the best on the West Coast with turf sprinters. He's won the Breeders' Cup Sprint before, back in 2016 with Obviously. He's had a couple other third-place finishes. This one, though, is a 6-year-old gelding and finished 5th last year at Santa Anita in the sprint. Most recently won the Green Flash, going 5 furlongs on the Del Mar turf just like a month ago. So really seriously showing a closing kick. And jockey Antonio Frigiu had it timed perfectly. It hit it right at the wire. So you got to think that was practicing for the big event. And 3 for 3 at Del Mar in his career. So you can't complain about that either. So now, the returning champion, Larry Ravelli, trains Nobles. And he won the title, sprint title 2023. That was a really great year for him. Also won the turf sprint on Derby Day last year at Churchill Downs, now 5-year-old. 0 for 3 this year and has not even hit the board. Now, granted, it was the first out was like an allowance race, but then the 2 stakes races. The recent effort in the Woodford at Keeneland didn't really show much kick. He was in position, but didn't really have that kick needed to repeat. So, one that finished 3rd in the Woodford is trained by Mike Trombetta, and that's Arzak. He's actually done the old 1, 2, 3 in his graded stakes this year. He won the Grade 2 Shakertown. Then he took 2nd place in the Grade 1 Japer. That was a pretty solid race. He was well back at Cogburn there, but did fight on for the place ticket. And then, of course, he had the win in addition to that. So, pause for this bit. The whole universe was in a hot, dense state. Don't know if I sang that quite right. Sounded pretty good to me, though. It's a bang. Howard Wolowitz, the pride of the Jose D'Angelo barn, wins the Aristocrat at Kentucky Downs. That was a cool 1.1 million. nearly gobbled up in the stretch. He went off as a, I wouldn't say heavy favorite, but he was favored. And it was like a do or die kind of race for the 3 year old. But he almost got gobbled up late in the race, but he showed some fight back and he kicked well clear by the end. So that was good. Uh, HW, as we'll call him, probably be a popular play at the window. So next up, there's a standout Euro sprinter named Brad Sull. Won 6 of his last 12 starts, including Group 1 races, Nunthorpe, Flying Five, King's Stand, bunch of them trained by Archie Watson. Could be of nice value at the window. It might be a little bit unknown to the betting public. So keep an eye on that one. Next, we have been a few years since the filly won. I think it was 2020, somewhere around there, won the turf sprint. But the future is now, as some say. And future is now is a filly rolled at 5.5 furlongs in the Grade 2 Franklin Stakes at Keeneland. She set a new stakes record for that, FYI, 101.47 seconds in the 5.5 furlongs. So been on fire since winning the very one stakes at Pimlico. Jockey Paco Lopez has her dialed in. So Paco was the key. Evidently, he's got her breaking out of the gate. He's got good strategies. He shared his strategy in the last one with the trainer, and it came to exactly how he predicted it. So she's run her 3 fastest races under Paco. People criticize Paco sometimes, but I kind of like the way he rides on the turf. He seems to really be very tactically sound. So next up, Big Invasion, trained by Christophe Clement, second place in the turf sprint last year. But hasn't really been very good at 5 years old. He won the Harvey Pack Stakes at Saratoga, though, which actually, when I look back at it, was a decently strong field. Our shot, who won the Woodford just recently, that was Grade 2, was in that race, ran second. Super Quest and Arzak, both quality runners. Arzak we're talking about for this race. Super Quest, I think, failed in the last out, the short sprint that he had last out. So not going to probably see Super Quest anywhere soon. But very quality horse there. And another quality Clement sprinter is, we're going to call it Senbei. And that winner of the Aqueduct Turf Sprint most recently, just like a couple of weeks ago, 5-year-old has had success in minor leagues stakes races over his career, but now has this Grade 3 score. So could be an interesting long shot type play if he draws in. Points wise, I do believe it's hard. It's going to be hard to say who's in and who's out. Now, lastly, Star of Mystery. I just wanted to mention, trained by Charlie Appleby, ran second in the Franklin Stakes. One hell of a close from dead last up the gut. The one horse is Star of Mystery in that race and really looked great. And I thought, people's eyes light up when they see this kind of stuff. But I wanted to mention this horse for the specific reason of the stretches. Keeneland stretch, I forgot how many feet it was, but it's Del Mar's is like 990 feet or somewhere in that range, but it's like twice as far or twice as short, I should say. Keeneland's stretch drive is twice as far. So he had that much more distance to rally down the stretch, and he's going to have that much less distance if they go in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. So just wanted to clear that up. Anyway, Richard Mandela trains Forbidden Kingdom. I was looking for this one to run, but the 5-year-old had an epiglottis issue, was undergoing treatment, hyperbolic chambers and all that kind of stuff, but won't be entering the turf sprint. Probably going to be later on in December before he runs again. So that's going to cover the preview horses. And obviously on our top 5, Rooster Cogburn. And it's just Cogburn, but I like saying that. Anyway, there's a gap in between the 1 and 2. But I like number 2 is the Big Bang of Howard Wolowitz. I think that tactical speed and that fight back, I think maybe that was a watershed or a breakthrough moment for Wolowitz and the confidence in the horse in that race at Kentucky Downs because of that. For one, it's obviously the configuration of the track, the way the turf was and the grass was so high, and I heard a lot of things about the turf not being in well maintained. But they ran so many turf races. It's hard not to tear up the turf in that weekend of stakes racing. But anyway, that's number two is the Wallowitz. And number three, I'm gonna give another crack to Big Evs coming in. I think he's still very capable, so might be up for a big effort coming up. Number four, Motorius is in there, and then I got number five is Arzak, rounds out the top five, and I waffle back and forth. I wanted to include some of the ones like Star of Mystery, but then I looked at some of the speed numbers, and I waffle back and forth, but I landed on that top five, and that is up to you. You can leave a comment if you would tell me what you think about the top five. But anyway, that concludes the preview. Uh, Remember to sub to the channel, smash the like button. Obviously, keep up to date by setting those notifications. More Breeders' Cup content coming very soon. So we'll see you then.